So you have others supporting you.
Oh, we have. You can't believe the number of people that are supporting us on this mission.
Okay. Does the JPAC support you at all when you recover the bodies? Or?
JPAC is aware definitely of what we're doing. Okay, and the rules say that we cannot recover the bodies. Okay, what we can do is identify them, and we will have archaeologists with us from Bradford University and also from Ohio Valley Archaeological Consulting, okay? And they will make enough determination that these are true American remains. We will then mark all this, and we will then give all this information to JPAC, who will then actually make the recovery.
Do you get support from the Marine Corps?
Yes, we've had a lot of Marine Corps support. I mentioned this photograph that we found. Well, these recon photographs have no longitude and latitude on them. Well, the Marine Corps has been great in helping us locate maps throughout the world, plus putting coordinates on those on the map. So that when we went back in our trip in 2007, I could take a GPS, okay? I could go right to the site where the map said that this village was located, which gave us the key to where the landing was. Okay? And by that, and it even correlated with an old government trail that had been developed in the 10s and 20s, 1910s and 20s, in the plantation era for coconuts that was out there. So we felt very comfortable about going back again this year with a lot of electronic equipment to find these.
Now, organizations like the First Marine Corps Association or the Marine Corps League, if any of them helped you, financially or supported you?
Well, they support us, okay? Matter of fact, one of our core team members, Frank McLeod, is a historian of the 1st Marine Corps Division, okay?
And, well, that gives you a good in with them. Did they help you monetarily, or do they?
No, they haven't helped us monetarily. The monetary thing is somewhat of a problem and somewhat difficult. And we've been trying to work with some foundations. We've also are addressing some people that are very interested in this kind of situation, who I think are going to be able to help us.
So you members of the Greatest Generation MI Recoveries have been doing this out of the pocket, your own purse?
A lot of it is out of our own. Matter of fact, we say that we pay all of our own expenses.
Okay, now what do we have coming up this summer? What are you going back for?
Well, we have got a program this summer. As I mentioned, we did the survey. Everything looks good. We're now in the process of getting permission to go back into these areas with electronic equipment. And I've put together a team. One of them is Radford University, who's going to take a physicist and an archaeologist, and they have lots of experience using underground mapping equipment, electrical resistivity equipment. And we are going to actually hire a fellow from Ohio who has an expert in radar monitoring equipment. And we're going to take all of this radar equipment and go out and search these areas and collect all this data and information and see if we can locate these remains.
And what do you expect to find with this high tech?
Well, we have documents from the Japanese that indicate that they are buried in trenches, these defensive trenches that they had. And our best bet is to try to locate these trenches and see what's in them. There's actually 4 trenches, 2 with Marines and 2 with Japanese.
So if you find these trenches, then what, the archaeologists from the universities will start a recovery, or?
They will actually will do enough recovery work and enough information that we feel that they're positive, that they are human remains, okay, and that hopefully we will see some dog tags or something that will convince us that they're Marines.
Are you able to utilize DNA after all these years?
Well, we're fortunate. If the remains are found these days, okay, I've been told that we can use DNA to try to identify them. If the Marines were found right after World War II, they were actually sprayed with a formaldehyde kind of material and it killed all the DNAs. But any fresh ones that are found there's a good chance of DNA recovery.
Now, in this area where the patrol was wiped out and they were buried, was there been any construction over the years there?
Yes, there has been, and that's one of the things that I try to emphasize. That this is we're looking for a needle in a haystack, and it's a small needle in a very large haystack. But right after the landing, well, a year and a half later, they went in there and they put some naval construction work in there, and they put fill into this area. So we're hoping that the fill actually protected what was underneath when the actual landing took place, when the actual massacre occurred.
So when do you leave for your next trip?
Just about July 6th.
July 6th.
We'll be gone for 2 weeks, and it looks like right now there could be as many as 12, 14 people going on this trip. Radford University is going to take 6 students. This is part of their summer program.
Now, do you have any local support?
Soldiers and Sailors is actually supports us from a 501c standpoint. So if people make donations, it can be a tax deduction.
Now, if one of our viewers out there, we have a lot of Marine Corps viewers, would like to help support the recovery of these Marines, how would they get in contact with Soldiers and Sailors to make a donation?
All they have to do is send a check to Soldiers and Sailors and just mark on the check for Guadalcanal Expedition.
On behalf of our viewers of the Veterans Information Program and myself, I'd like to thank you for trying to bring back these Marines back to America. And I'd like to tell you, I'm sure for the Marines out there that are watching, Semper Fi, and good luck to you, and I hope you bring them home. The First Sergeant salutes all our veterans this month for their service to our nation and contributions to our liberty. This is your program, the Veterans Information Program for this month. But before I sign off, I have 2 important items for you. One, I would like you to get involved in your community's Memorial Day programs this month. On Memorial Day in Butler, we have at the Butler VA Sunday night, where there will be a reading of all the veterans that have died in the last year in Butler County, the reading of all the names. The next morning there will be a program, a flag raising program at the Butler VA, and then there will be a parade, and up at the North Cemetery there will be a memorial service. There is also programs in Mars, in Cranberry, in Chicora. I invite everybody to go out, support our troops by remembering those who gave their lives for our freedom. The other item I'd like to bring up is the 2008 Federal Benefits for Veterans and Dependents is now available at the VA. If you're a veteran or a widow of a veteran, you need to have this. Now remember, support our troops, honor our veterans, and be a responsible, involved citizen. Many gave their lives or limbs for our freedom. We should live the ideals our veterans fought for. I'm the First Sergeant. God bless America, and see you at next month's formation.